Hi, my name is Easton Lewis, and today I'll be doing video reaction number 1, which is the high cost of our cheap fashion. In this video, it talks about and emphasizes how, in today's world, the power is clothing. The apparel industry is the second most polluting industry in the world. This is because factories began using cheaper materials to make more clothing. It is believed that less than 2% of the clothing in today's world is American made, which has led to an 80% drop in U.S. employment in apparel manufacturing. The cheap clothing that is now being made causes conflicts for the environment and the people making it. This is because of the material that is being used, and the material that is often being used is polyester. And polyester is a polluting plastic made from fossil fuels and is now in over half of our clothing. Polyester, for one, is non-biodegradable. 2, a microplastic that is in our oceans and food chains. 3, non-breathable. And 4, energy intensive. Research shows that 1 in 4 fish that are found in markets, delis, or any store contains plastic and toxic materials. Excuse me. The clothing industry is responsible for 10% of the carbon output of the entire world. And to put in perspective, this is 5 times more than carbon output than all airlines combined. It is believed that 1 in 6 people around the world work in the apparel industry. 80% of these people are women, and 98% do not receive a living wage. Business often false advertise and claim to have ethics and morals, which is often a lie. For one, the pictures that they use to promote and to advertise this clothing is false. And for one, pictures do not equal transparency. 2, pictures do not show wages or healthcare coverages. 3, pictures do not show shadow figures. And 4, pictures do not show material sustainability. To solve the issue of fast fashions, individuals must consider the new standard. And the new standard suggests individuals to begin using centered designs, to use natural materials and work directly with suppliers to create sustainability from farm to other factories. And 3, consider the open door policy. Individuals also may want to consider checking the tags of their clothing. 2, check the seams. 3, love what you buy. Don't buy it just because it's on sale or just because it's cheaper. 4, ask brilliant questions. What's the material that's being used, when it was made, and where it was made. 5, think of your purchase in terms of cost per wear. Personally, I wouldn't want to wear something or purchase something that I know I'm only going to get 1 or 2 wears in, and it's either destroyed or it's all raggedy and no good. The information that's provided in this video relates to business law in many ways. In business, the law forbids discrimination when it comes to any aspect of employment, including hiring, firing, pay, job assignments, promotions, excuse me, layoffs, training, benefits, and any other terms or conditions of employment. Laws and acts such as the Fair Labor Standards Acts are established to provide workers with fair and right pay. The FLSA establishes minimum wages, overtime pay, record keeping, and youth employment standards. This affects employees in the private sector and in federal, state, and local government. These 2 laws really relate to the video because, as it stated, 80% of employees that work in the fashion industry are women, and 98% of these people do not make a living wage. So these laws are put into perspective to protect these employees and individuals from receiving fair pay, and also making it non-discriminatory towards the hiring, firing, and the job assignments. Another law and act that relates to the video is FTC Act. And the FTC Act stands for the Federal Trade Commission Act. This act states that unfair or deceptive acts or practices and or affecting commerce are declared illegal. This video was interesting to me in many ways. For one, I've actually myself been into clothing and fashion for quite a long time. And the clothing that I'm mainly into is considered vintage, and that's meaning 20 years or longer. And when it talked about in the video, the difference from clothing today to compared to the 60s, it was quite interesting. It talks about how much was made and the materials it was made with, and ultimately talking about the environment, well, how safe it was for the environment. Like, for example, the shirt that I'm wearing today is from 1995, and the shorts I'm wearing are from 1993. And personally, it's not just because of the designs that I like more compared to today's clothing, but also I truly believe in keeping the environment safe. And when you look at lakes and rivers and oceans and dumps that are just filled with clothing, and now considering the materials that are used in it, such as polyester, you really realize how bad it is for the environment. So in any way possible, as far as wearing a shirt that's 100% cotton, or try to limit the amount of polyester in the shirt, it really truly builds up to keeping the environment safe. And like I said, it's also, the video talks about how even wearing polyester, it's almost like wearing kind of like a trash bag. As soon as you put it on, you can almost feel sweat coming down, because it's non-breathable, and it's truly made just to be cheaper and to make more clothing. The video also makes a point about how you can walk into many households and many closets and almost see them overflowing and bursting open. And not because the individual truly likes this clothing, but just because it was maybe on sale or it was cheaply made. And I think that this is a problem as well, because I mean, I can even vouch for the household I live in and my mother's closet. I mean, there's clothes everywhere, but I just think that it's not beneficial for anyone, especially the environment, because it ultimately ends up being placed in a dumpster, or getting thrown somewhere, or given to someone that will throw in the dumpster, which comes down to polluting the environment. So I thought this video was interesting for many ways, and also relating it to business law was also interesting, because laws are put into place for many reasons, and it's able to prevent things like this. So that was my take on video summary number 1. So thanks.